Hey guys, I'm MG, and today we'll be looking at Top Gun Maverick, which is a 2022 American action drama film that was directed by Joseph Kosinski and written by a whole lot of people. However, we're not here to name all those people, we're here to review. So why do we do that? Right now. This sequel is undoubtedly better than the original in so many ways, and that's partially because it took the best parts of the first film, with that being the jet scenes and the serious scenes, and basically made them more prominent in the story, with a handful of funny moments to make itself not fully seriously, which I really like and is a natural direction for this film to take. That's not to say it's perfect, like, it does have a few flaws that hold it back from being greater than it already is, and one of those issues is the candidates. I mean, you can praise this film all you want, but the students are kind of lame and not really interesting. Now, they're not poorly written, and I don't want any of them to die, but they're not the most engaging characters ever. That might be the point, since this film is about Maverick, but even Rooster was kinda bland, and seems to be processing just fine, even after Maverick destroyed his career of being a pilot. In fact, my other issue is that I wanted to see more of a conflict between Maverick and Rooster. The way it is now is good enough, and I certainly feel the weight of it. Plus, I really love the way the conflict is resolved, but I wanted to see more of a conflict to really feel it in the moment. You might say that this is over 2 hours, and that there's no way to even it out with the other plot points, but I don't think that's the case. Like, they either could have focused less on the mission or cut down the climax. I'm not saying that the runtime should be shorter, because this film definitely deserves to be over 2 hours. I just mean, start the mission later in the story, so that you can put more depth in the personal conflict. But as is, it's still effective. Not as effective as it could be, but still alright. And my last issue is that some things don't make any sense at all. And you might say that this helps give a film more depth, but I actually think that they make this film have less depth than it could have. Like, how did Maverick and Rooster steal a jet without getting spotted? Or how did Maverick end up completely uninjured after falling off a jet? I know he has a parachute, but he ends up knocked out after getting out of a second plane, so that's no excuse. However, this issue is pretty minor, and while this doesn't ruin the film's emotion, it holds it back from being more emotional. So yeah, this film could have been better, but it's still really great. First of all, the jet scenes were really well choreographed, which made them tense, exciting, breathtaking, and I'm honestly really stunned with how they managed to pull off these jet scenes. Especially since there's a good amount of those scenes, and all have a dramatic weight that they should have, which enhances this film's tone quite a bit. The characters were also a spectacular improvement compared to the original. Maverick was really endearing in this film, with where he can just feel a struggle to find his place in his life, and try to make Rooster understand why he did what he did, with Tom Cruise doing such a fantastic performance that makes the character more engaging than he already was before. And unlike the original, I really admire Maverick's relationship with Penny. I did want to see more of it, but outside of that, it felt really believable, which made me really intrigued by it. And it helps that Penny was a fun and likable character to begin with, and Jennifer Connelly's natural performance only makes her more engaging than before. I also really like that Iceman returns as well. I didn't care much about him before, but now I really like him. And his scene with Maverick in his house is one of my favorite moments in the whole film, because of how it reflects Maverick's life, and it also justifies his friendship with Iceman. And Val Kilmer was still pretty solid in his acting, despite his damaged vocal cords. The editing was really sharp, and knew exactly when to cut from one shot to another, which brings so much more to this film than expected. The cinematography was absolutely beautiful, and it shows the environments in a really compelling way, that really makes this film a lot more complex, which is just right for a sequel. The story was really engaging from start to finish, and its more serious tone enhances the weight of the film quite a bit. The visual effects look spectacular. It makes this film feel more dangerous than it already was, with the explosions, the jets, the missiles, and all the other visual effects. The sound design was designed to perfection, which enhances the tension of the jet scenes quite a bit, which I really appreciate. So overall, this film is a remarkable improvement over the original, and while it could be better, it's still great as it is. 8.7 out of 10. Goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye.